Traffic control எல்லாம் போடல. Traffic control பாட்டெல்லாம் போடல. அஞ்சரை போடல. Now English time. Why you didn't put the traffic control song? Om Shanti. June 2023. Sakar Murli. The essence. Sweet children, your renunciation is Sadoprata. Your renunciation is Sadoprata. Your intellect renounce the whole of this world. Your intellect renounce the whole of this world. Whole of this old world, including your bodies. Question: which big responsibility do you Brahmin children have? Which big responsibility do you Brahmin children have? You have the responsibility of becoming pure and making the whole world pure. For this, you have to continue to remember Shiva Baba constantly. Remembrance is the fire of yoga in which your souls become pure and your sins are absolved. So, have mercy on those who are experience sorrow. O Mother, O Father of mine. Om Shanti. You children heard in the song that you are children. He is truly your father. Children would never call their father omnipresent. The children of the physical father would never say that their father is omnipresent. The unlimited father sits here and explains, all of you are children and your father is the one who is called the Supreme Father. God is also called the Supreme Soul. Param means supreme and Atma means soul. Therefore, all are surely children and there is the one Father. All devotees remember the one God. And the one who is remembered would surely have a name, form and land and time. He couldn't be infinite like they say. Human beings have been saying that God, the Father, is infinite, that no one can reach the end of him. Then they say that he is omnipresent, which is completely meaningless. They say that God is in the pebbles and stones, and then that he is infinite. Children have forgotten their father, and this is why the whole human world is said to be atheist and impure. Every man and woman is impure, and this is why they remember the one who purifies the impure. No one in this world can be called a great soul. Pure souls cannot exist in the impure world. Babu Gandhiji used to say, the purifier is Rama, who belongs to Sita. This was said about human beings. He didn't say it would the gangs of water. That is finished. That is false. That is falsehood. Maya is false. The body is false. The whole land is false. When there was new Bharat in the new world, it was the land of truth. That same Bharat was now become old. When Bharat was new, it was called heaven. And that was 5,000 years ago. There was a reduction of 2 degrees in the silver age. At this time, it is the iron age. This is called an old world. There is old Bharat in an old world. There is a new world that then there is also an old world. It is now an old world. All human beings are atheists, and this is why this is called land of sorrow. Only the one Father can change this land of sorrow into the land of sorrow, land of happiness. Bharat, that used to be pure, has become impure. When there was purity, there was also peace and prosperity. The average lifespan of the people of Bharat was long. Now it is very short. The world doesn't know when Bharat became diseased. You cannot say that it has been diseased from time immortal. Devotion only being in the copper age, when it is the end of the iron age, the Father comes and gives you this knowledge. Only the ocean of knowledge has this knowledge. The prize, ocean of knowledge, knowledgeful, belongs to the Father alone. He is the seat of the human world. When you ask of omnipresence, there is no love between father and child. There is a world of orphans. They all continue fight among themselves, and this is why this is called the extreme depths of hell. Bharat was heaven, and it is now hell. None of them knows that they are residents of hell, and that they will surely be transferred from hell. However, it isn't that the residents of hell can take rebirth in heaven. All of them take rebirth in hell. He is called an impure world. The land of nirvana is the peace of residence of soul. Land of nirvana is the place of residence of souls, and it is called the incorporeal world. Each soul, each star is immortal, whereas each body is mortal. Souls have to set their bodies and take others. There is the price of 84 births. To speak of 8.4 million birth is to lie. The Father explains, all souls come to play their parts and have to enter organs. However, don't everyone can have 84 births. Those who are deities in the golden age will have 84 births. The Father says, I also told you earlier that you don't know the births. You don't know your births. I tell you about them now. You are Brahma, Kumars and Kumaris. Acha, who is the father of Brahma, Shiva. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are children of Shiva Baba. They have their own subtle bodies. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, doesn't have a body of his own. The Father says, my name is Shiva. Although some call me Rudra and others call me Sovanath. However, I am the incorporeal one. Truly, there are temples to Shiva in Bharat. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, not Sri Krishna, is called the ocean of knowledge. That one is a prince of the golden age. He doesn't have the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. Even golden age deities don't have this knowledge. You know that you are now becoming as valuable as diamonds. No one except the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, can teach you Raja Yoga. Sri Krishna cannot be called the Supreme Soul. Only the incorporeal one is called the Supreme Soul. Everyone has forgotten that Father. At this time, all are impure and all are impure and tamoprada. The Father says, this is the variety tree of the human world. All are tamoprada, diseased and unhappy. Bharat was so elevated, whereas it is now poverty stricken. In the scriptures, they have written that the duration of each cycle is hundreds of thousands of years. They believe that the Iron Age still has to continue for another 40,000 years. The Father explains that is extreme darkness. Now that the sun of knowledge has risen. Sun of knowledge has risen. The darkness of ignorance is being dispelled. The Father is the Son of knowledge. He comes and dispels the extreme darkness of ignorance. It is now the night of Brahma. The golden and silver ages are called the day of Brahma. So you are Brahma, Kumars and Kumaris, children of Brahma. Brahma is not the creator of the world or of heaven. That is the price of only incorporeal heavenly God the Father. That Father himself comes and teaches you Raja Yoga. The Father says, "O children," he speaks to souls. It is souls that listen to everything, imbibe it and carry those sanskars. Baba has explained that those who die on the battlefield take rebirth according to their sanskars and therefore engage themselves in war again. At this time, the soul of everyone is tamoprada. They all continue to cause sorrow for one another. Who cause the greatest sorrow? Those who cause the greatest sorrow. Those who turn you away from God. This is why Shiva Baba says, children, leave all of them aside. It is said, God is one. All of you are brides. I am your bridegroom. O brides, you are not at all worthy of going to heaven. Maya has made you completely unworthy. this is the kingdom of Ravan. In the golden age, there is the kingdom of Rama. Shiva is called Rama. You are Brahmins. You are claiming your inheritance from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who established heaven. The people of Bharat are receiving the inheritance of heaven. The urn is placed on your mothers. No one can receive benefit without the Mother Guru. To call the one to whom you say, you are the mother and father, omnipresent, is such a big mistake. They call the mother and father infinite. They sing, you are the mother and father. You are your children. We are your children. We experience a lot of happiness through your mercy. In that case, how can you blame the Father or anything? The Father comes and makes you pure from impure. It is Ravan who makes you impure. The kingdom of Ravan is now to end, and the kingdom of Rama will then begin. You have to understand this cycle. You have to understand this cycle very well. Only the unlimited Father would tell you unlimited history and geography. This is the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. It is not the sacrificial fire of Sri Krishna. It is the Raj Yoga, that same Gita. But Sri Krishna doesn't give any knowledge. These are the words of Rudra, God Shiva. The flames of destruction emerged from the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. You children have now come to claim your inheritance of heaven from the mother and father. This is not blind faith. There is no blind faith in a university or college. There is no question of blind faith here. You have come to claim your unlimited inheritance from the Father and to change from human beings into deities. There is a Godfatherly university. The Father explained this Bharat was deity and of kings, and there used to be palaces built of diamonds and jewels. On the path of devotion, too, they built such big temples to Somnath. What must they have had before that? Bharat is now poverty-stricken. It is the task of the Father alone to make it ground once again. You children know that you are now sitting personally in front of the mother and father and receive happiness for 21 births. The Father says, "O soul, now remember me. I am your guide and liberator." How the world history and geography repeat has been explained to you children. There is no question of blind faith in this. Your renunciation is unlimited and satopradhan. Your intellects renounce the old world, and this is why the Father says, renounce all bodily relationship, forget everything, and consider yourself to be bodiless soul. The Father says, renounce any awareness of those bodies. By remembering me, your Father, your sins will be burnt away. Constantly remember me. There is no other way. You have to remember me till the end. You have to conquer Maya and become conquerors of the world. Only Shiv Baba enables you to conquer Maya. Acha. The Father is now bringing the imperishable omens of Jupiter over Bharat through you Shiva Shaktis. The Father says, I take this body on loan and name this one Brahma and name this one Brahma. You Brahma Kumars and Kumaris claim your inheritance from Shiv Baba. You have to remember Shiv Baba alone. He says, I have only the one named Shiva. You two are souls, but you take bodies and then set them. This is why your names change birth after birth. If you take 84 births, you receive 84 names. Not everyone will take 84 births. Some will have 80 births, some will have 60, and some could even have only 5 or 6 births. I have just the one named Shiv Baba. Continue to remember Shiv Baba and your sins will be absolved. No one can become pure without having the fire of yoga. You made a promise, Baba, I will become pure. Make Bharat pure and then rule there. If you don't remember Shiv Baba, it means you are making yourself impure. This is why there will then have to be very severe punishment from Dharmaraj. You have to huge responsibility. You have a huge responsibility to continue to remember the Father is your spiritual pilgrimage. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, now found children, number wise, according to the effort you make. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. Spiritual father. Essence of dharana. Become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of the world by having constant remembrance of the one Father. Number one, become conqueror of Maya and conqueror of the world by having constant remembrance of the one Father. Become pure and make Bharat pure. Second, make your intellect renounce the unlimited old world. Practice forgetting the consciousness of the body. Practice for forgetting the consciousness of that body. Remain soul conscious. Blessing. Instead of stepping away from anyone, may you become everyone's support and world benefactor. Throughout the whole cycle, you are the elevated souls who have relationship and connection with Father Brahma and the divine family. You are not those who step away, but are world benefactor souls and supports for the world. You cannot be removed from the thread of the imperishable love of the family. And this is why you must not have any thought about making your stage good by stepping away from any situation, place, service, or company. If you instill that habit, you would not able to settle anywhere. Settle anywhere. Mean Baba sometime often tell to you, go there and there. If we accept it immediately, Baba will help. That is the way to change ourselves very naturally, purely. If we face any difficulty in any place or any situation, mean we couldn't able to change ourselves purely or positive way. Whatever Baba say, never say can't, always say Haji. Is it possible? Today, Murli came from Polonarway. Night, he will go one more other place. Do you accept? Do you understand? Do you understand? This is the training from beginning. Baba never say earlier. Before 10 or 5 minutes before only, he would order. Go and there, go there, go somewhere. Those who accept this, that direction from the heart immediately, they started to go there. Then Baba said they are passed this, they have passed this exam properly. Do you want the pass with honor or do you want any other result? Of those who want pass with honor, raise your hand. Do you understand anything? We always like to, those who want 100% peace and happiness. Can you raise the hand? Nobody, no need to 100% peace and happiness. Do you want 100% peace and happiness? Do you want? No need to peace and happiness, 100%. Did you understand? No. If you want 100% peace and happiness, we should accept all the directions from Baba. Sometimes be happy to follow some direction. Then we become burdened some other direction. It will happen. It will happen, but we never forget the Baba's orders. His Baba's orders mean it is 100% beneficial to me. Never used our manmat in this Baba, in the Baba's direction. Slogan. Instead of speaking about your suffering of karma, instead of speaking about your suffering of karma, speak about your stage of karma yoga. Om Shanti. Sweet, elevated versions of Madheswari. What is the real meaning of the word Om? Since we say Om Shanti, we first of all have to understand the full meaning of the word Om. If you ask anyone the meaning of the word Om, they would give you a long and complicated meaning. People chant Om very loudly for a long time. They have even made a large scripture on Om, but in fact the meaning of Om is not so long or complicated. God himself has told us a very simple and easy meaning of Om. That meaning is explained to us by God so that we can meet him. God clearly says, children, the meaning of Om is I am a soul, and my original religion is that of an embodiment of peace. We now have to remain stable in the meaning of Om. Om means I a soul. I am a child of God. The main thing is that we simply have to stabilize ourselves in the meaning of Om, not resist Om not recite Om loudly. Move along with this faith in your intellects. You have to remain stable in the meaning of Om. Although those people give a long explanation of the word Om, they do not remain stable in that form. However, we know the form of Om, and this is why we are able to remain stable in that form. We also know that God is the seed from seed form, that we have now received all the knowledge of how God, the seed, has created the whole tree. Acha. Om Shanti. Now your turn. Conquer of Maya.
Conquer of Maya and the conquer of the world.
Say. Explanation. Can share some points, 5 or 4 or 5, and should explain about 1 point.
The renunciation is unlimited and supportable. Instead of speaking about the suffering of karma, speak about the stage of karma. The Baba says, become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of the world. This world has impure means dosa, lust, envy, ego, and attachment. Maya means also that 5 vices. So we have to renounce these 5 vices. Then we have to become conqueror of Maya and conqueror of the
Supreme Father don't have own body.
Supreme Father don't have own body.
This time all are impure and corrupt.
At this time, whole world impure and tamopara. That's all. Explanation. Speak something about that point. Why? Tomorrow onwards you should speak. Tomorrow onwards you should speak.
This is also called the Father is sweet to the human being. The land of Nirvana is of resident source. Brahma, Vishnu, Samara, children, principle.
Some words.
all of you are children, and your Father is one who is called Supreme Father. Maya is false, the body is false, the whole land is false. At this time, all are impure and Tamopradhan. All of you are bright, I am your bridegroom. If you don't remember Sid Baba, it means you making yourself impure.
Speak. Why you are laughing? I want your explanation about one point. You can choose the one point and say something about that point. Points.
Your renounce is Sadoprada.
Your renunciation is Satoprada. That's all.
We first of all have to understand the full meaning of the word Om.
Right on.
Become conqueror of Maya and the conqueror of the world by have constant remembrance on the one Father, become pure and make Bharat also pure.
Without body conscious, they are trying to speak, no? You have some body conscious. Have you any body conscious? Om Shanti.